But like to say these guys are elite athletes and can stand on the same pedestal as like a hockey player, a baseball player, a football player, a swimmer, a gymnast, like come on, man, get out of here.
Steve is literally the guy from Happy Gilmore screaming, "Jackass!"
Yeah.
Yeah, jackass.
Like seriously,
That's
dude,
Steve.
make the game. Like, how am I supposed to cheer for you? I can't even cheer. Like, I can cheer after you hit
cheer after he hits it.
How do I know it was a good shot?
If it goes
How
far.
do I know it's a good shot?
If it goes far.
It all looks like it's good,
You'll hear the first, I don't know.
right? Like, how am I? Like, I just feel like you would get off on that, dude. You have the crowd behind you. Like, how are you not building off that?
You got the crowd behind you, dude. There's
After you hit it.
every golf movie that
After
you see.
you hit it.
No, it's
Yeah,
the
after
course.
I make the putt, cheer for me.
It's how your day is going.
Yunkjunk!
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to episode 5.
What are you doing? He's
He only
unprompted
reads what
guy.
the prompter shows of Think You Know Ball. I'm John, your host tonight, and I'm joined as always by my co-host Steve and our other guy, Stevie G.
I'm back.
Stevie G's back. We're live every Thursday breaking down everything going on in the world of sports, the biggest headlines, bold opinions, and a few debates that might get a little heated. Tonight we've got a loaded show. We're talking 2 big NFL trades involving the Lions, Texans, Chiefs, and Rams, the Eagles tight end situation, and whether they should draft one in the first round. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Our Fit Check segment, that's brand new. Make sure you guys watch that, breaking down some of the wildest athletes' tunnel fits. I like that, tunnel fits. A rapid fire buy or sell, Johnny on the spot, and of course, we'll wrap things up with some hot takes. So make sure you like, subscribe, and stay locked in with us. And guys, really, if you're watching this now, you're watching it later, please hit the like. It really helps us out. But before we get into the show, Steve has something he'd like to talk about. So Steve, go ahead.
So yeah, just been going on the last few weeks with the NFL and everything. You know, mental health is real, and it's something the NFL needs to continue to take seriously. With the passing of Marshawn, Nealyn last year, and more recently Rondell just a few weeks ago, it's a reminder that mental health and emotional challenges athletes face are just as real as the physical ones. Teams have doctors and trainers to care for players' bodies, but continue to invest in mental health support, including access to therapists and counselors, should be a priority across the league. At the same time, players speaking up and looking out for one another is just as important. It takes real strength to ask for help, and the culture around mental health in sports continues to improve because more athletes are willing to talk about it. That's why it's powerful to see guys like A.J. Brown use their platform to raise awareness and encourage open conversations. The NFL is a brotherhood. Check on your teammates, reach out, tell somebody if you're struggling. Talking about mental health isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength.
Yeah. It's great, dude.
Thanks, Sean.
But in all seriousness, like that's a great topic to talk about, bring up. I know mental health and in the areas of sobriety and stuff like that is like important for you guys. It's important for everyone, but yeah, man, it's great.
Yeah, it's just sad to see
Yeah.
when these young guys stuff happens in
The world's on, ahead of them. Everything in the world's ahead of them.
There's so much pressure on them, from performance to taking care of loved ones, family, whatever it may be, man. And it's sad to see these guys so young, just like, you wake up and with no warning, you just see these guys, and it's sad, man. I feel bad for their families and their loved ones. And, someone who has struggled with mental health and substance abuse, right? Just, I don't know, just the last couple of weeks, it's just been kind of messing with me. And I just felt like, just wanted to, whoever's doing, right? We're just 3 bozos talking, but if you are watching, man, just, someone's willing to listen, just ask.
Yeah, it's a big thing, mental health, for sure.
But
anyway, let's get into
what I want to
take us there.
So,
wait, hold on a second. What are you doing? You just got back. You've been here.
Yeah, I'm
been here
back,
2 minutes,
and I'm ready.
I'm the host, brother.
Okay.
So, Stevie G, you're back this week, and you watched last week's episode, which there's, it might have been our best episode yet. You were on it. I'm just saying. So I'm sure you got some critiques. So you want to get into it?
Yeah. So last week I was at a wedding, so I wasn't able to attend the show.
Which, hold on, by the way, his sister got married on a mountain 12,000 feet up in the air. My man had to drive a snowmobile up there. That's pretty badass. That's kind of
snowmobiling around.
What was it? Just like real small, like primary people driving
No, there was like
snowmobiles
100
up the
people
mountain?
that came.
No,
100 people were up snowmobiling up a
Snowmobiles.
mountain.
that's crazy.
I'll show you the pictures. But yeah, it was badass.
You're
My whole
sending me
face
pictures,
is
dude. It's
peeling
pretty.
from being so close to the sun and wind burn. So if you see some skin flakes come off, my bad. But yeah, I got burnt at the top.
Gosh, what was really good?
All right,
But anyway, you guys, I take 1 week off and everything goes off the rails, okay?
Yeah.
So we talked about Kyle Pitts and the Eagles acquiring Kyle Pitts in an earlier podcast. I don't want Kyle Pitts. He was a top 5 pick. Why do you think that the Falcons are just letting this guy walk? Because he's a great player? They have a pretty bad organization right now. If he was so talented, that team would want to keep talented players on the roster. Another thing you guys said, which is completely false, was Kyle Pitts is on the same level as blocking as Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert is 100% better blocker than Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is just another wide receiver, and I don't think we need him, and I don't want him on our team. He's going to want a big paycheck. He was a top 5 pick, and
Well, wait, we're going to talk about Eagles tight ends and
yeah, I know, but
topic two?
this is what happened last
Can we
week.
talk about
And
can
I
we
got
do
a
the
problem
other
with
topics
a
and we'll jump on that when topic 2 happens?
Sure, I'm done with that topic. Okay.
Okay.
Another thing you said was small boy body Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
He is a beast.
He's a tiny boy.
Okay, and he threw shade at my boy,
No, I
and
didn't.
I'm not going to stand for it. Okay.
I'm Devontae Smith, and I deserve to be on the Eagles. I'm a big, strong man. I have a
Yes, he
daughter.
does have a small boy body.
Throw the ball
okay,
over
John?
here. I'll catch it. I'll catch
But
any
he is
balls
a
you
monster.
throw.
Okay,
I can't.
no more
And I
shade
run
on my
really,
boy.
fast, too.
I can't.
When AJ Brown was out, he has always showed up. He has come in with some of the most clutch plays and catches on the Eagles team. You say he has a small boy body, which is true, but
He's tough as shit.
he's tough as shit. He pops right up. He's the man.
Okay.
All right.
Now, like we talked about, like with that Instagram post did pretty decent. So
Yeah.
a lot of people were saying I was wrong about it because he's only missed like 3 games his entire NFL career, but that wasn't what I was arguing.
I know.
My argument was like the guy doesn't have enough cushion, so it leaves him more susceptible than a normal guy to getting an injury, and those things accumulate over time.
I love when they only hear certain words.
That's what happens all the time.
I know.
No, that could happen, John. But
That's
what I'm
all he was
saying is
saying.
it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't accumulated yet.
And Devontae has had the benefit of having a top 10 receiver for the majority of his NFL career being on the other side of him. So it's going to draw coverage.
That's true.
He's always going
But
against
when
the number
AJ Brown
2
was
corner.
hurt, he has shown up in big spots.
Absolutely.
All right, so I should stop sounding like I'm shitting on him all the time. He is talented. He's a very good talent. Guy knows how to catch the ball. He does run routes really good. He does everything great.
He won the Heisman.
Yeah. So I shouldn't sound like he's a bag of shit. He's not. He's great.
Mhm.
Want him on the team. But he's got a small boy body. And he even has a smaller boy body when you put him next to A.J. Brown, who has an adult man body.
Unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a unit.
All right. So you guys want to get in the
No,
show?
One more thing you guys brought up
What's that?
was juice in sports.
Oh,
And of
yeah.
course, you guys would want it
Why?
and want it bad.
I
mean?
just want to see great. John, I don't know about you. I just want to see great. Right?
Obviously, it would be
What
electric.
brings out the best in athletes?
Juice.
Trend.
Yeah.
Trent?
D-ball.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely primo.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I agree. It would be electric. But these guys are already superhuman athletes. You juice all these guys up, we're going to need extra roster spots
How
because they're going to
cool.
kill the quarterbacks.
Just
Well-
picture this. A.J. Brown running a route, and instead of running through somebody, he's shooting laser beams out of his fucking eyes. Yeah.
I said
That's
it
called
would be electric.
1.5
yes.
grams of trend, pal.
Yeah.
All right?
Dude, he'll
I
never
agree,
be
it would be
stronger, but he'll
electric.
never sweat more than he'll be doing right on that field.
In baseball, you're basically starting a home run derby. You don't. you don't.
No, you're
need
not.
it.
No, you're not. If it's fair for everyone to do it, then you're going to have pitchers
Yeah.
Maybe
throwing hard balls. You're probably not
I
going to be
think
able
you're
to keep
taking
up
all
with.
the fielders out, and it's just
Yeah, you're
you got
fucking
like
with
2
them.
fielders
Well,
out there.
I
and
think-
a bunch of jacked.
I think if you're a
300-pound
quarterback
dudes.
or a catcher in baseball, you're taking Adderall. You're not really doing juice. You're just taking Adderall. So like, let's think of also like cognitive stuff, not just physical ones. But yeah, dude, I mean, we talked about that in the chat. Like football and hockey, probably not doing juice. It's probably going to end up killing a guy.
Yeah.
But like baseball, that year with McGuire and Sosa was
only
a
one
year.
or two of them.
There's only one or two guys doing it?
No.
Like on a team. I like the idea of one juice head per team.
That's why
Now
we're
you're
not-
starting.
Yeah.
Now you're starting a rule here. Now I like where you're going.
Yeah.
So you get
Oh,
one
you want
guy
a DH for
on
me? You have to run.
yeah, listen, we're gonna start that. So we'll write a letter to the MLB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say like, listen, we want one guy on every team.
Designated sauce boy.
Yeah, the designated
Now
juicer.
that would be electric.
and
Then
you
you
just
still need some
you
guys.
don't say who it is.
Yeah.
You just you
You
figure
have
it out.
to guess.
All right,
I
so
like it, I like
let's get in there.
Yes.
That was you guys went off the rails. I'll bring it back.
All right, guys. So topic one tonight, a big trade went down earlier this week between the Detroit Lions and Houston Texans. The Lions traded running back David Montgomery and received a 2026 4th-round pick, a 2027 7th-round pick, and offensive guard Juice Scruggs. Speaking of
yeah, got it. That's
Montgomery spent the last 3 seasons in Detroit splitting carries with Jahmyr Gibbs. Totaling 2,506 rushing yards and 33 rushing touchdowns, with Montgomery now in Houston. The Texans' running back room includes Joe Mixon, Woody Marks, Nick Chubb, and David Montgomery. So, Stevie G, do you think this trade hurts Detroit's run game, and will they miss Montgomery? And also, another big – we'll just stay right there.
Okay. So, yes, obviously it's going to hurt Detroit's run game a little bit. Montgomery was a great piece to go along with Jahmyr Gibbs. But also with that, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have a career year this year because he's going to be the workhorse. Unless they take someone in the draft or trade for somebody, Jahmyr jumps up to first overall pick, in my eyes, in fantasy football. So that means he's going to have a monster year. So, yes. And they did get a giant haul for an aging running back that I'm pretty sure they got Montgomery for like pretty much nothing on Detroit. I don't really remember, but
Yeah, I forget
Yeah.
if it was a trade or free. I think trade or free agent. I forget.
yeah, they didn't pay a lot for Montgomery to be on the Lions in the first place. But they got quite a haul for him.
He was a good change of pace back,
Absolutely.
relieving Gibbs. They were a really good 1-2 punch, little thunder and lightning. But, yeah, like when I looked at what they got for him, for, like you said, an aging running back, like, dude.
And then
Yeah, I don't know who
running
this
back
Scruggs
was,
guy is,
yeah,
but
I don't know.
never heard of him. But
Yeah,
You're always going to benefit from O-line depth,
I
right?
don't think.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, I don't think you can.
Steve, what do you think?
I don't think they're going to miss him as much as Stevie G said. I think, obviously pending Jahmyr Gibbs' health, I think now that Jahmyr Gibbs is by himself, it's just going to elevate his game. And, I think we're going to see what he really has. Obviously, his number should go up significantly. I think if you play fantasy football, he's probably that number 1, number 2 pick.
Mm-hmm. I had him last year. How'd my team do?
You won, didn't you?
Yeah, he did.
I
You
beat
won't win
Steve.
next year when I'm in.
He did.
Okay.
But Jahmyr also did very well with him. And he didn't take too much away. I mean, yeah, other than the touchdowns, right? I think they went by Sonic and Knuckles. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is Sonic, and
That's pretty cool.
yeah, and
I like it.
and David Montgomery was Knuckles. But yeah, I don't think they're going to miss him as much as long as Jahmyr stays healthy. I don't think they address another running back in the draft. I don't think they need that 2-headed monster. I think there was already enough mouths to feed in that offense between St. Brown, James Williams, their tight end, and LaPera.
Laporta.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sam.
Laporta. So, I mean, I think they won that trade, to be honest, like the haul that they got. But I don't think they end up missing them.
They were both very good on the team.
I'm more interested to see what the Texans do because, like I said, dude, that running back room is crowded. I mean, Joe Mixon, last time he was healthy, he was a beast.
Yep.
Right? So he's coming back from injury. So, hoping that he's back to his normal self. Who's going to be your number 1 back? Montgomery, him. And then that rookie, I think he was a rookie last year,
Woody Marks.
Yeah, Woody
He did
Marks.
good, too.
Like he did well.
You still got
What are
Nick
they
Chubb,
doing?
too.
I know. And then Nick Chubb, battled injury and he didn't really do much last year. They didn't really use him. So I'm just interested. I mean, you at least have 3 potential number 1 backs. I would imagine one of them's gone. If I had to guess, before training camp or during training camp, Nick Chubb's probably gone.
When you think of it that way, it's kind of a bizarre trade.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's figure out if this one's bizarre, guys. Another big move happened. The Kansas City Chiefs traded cornerback Trent McDuffie to the LA Rams in exchange for 29th overall pick in this year's draft, a 5th round pick, a 6th round pick, and a 2027 3rd round pick. Steve, is this a grand slam for the Rams, or does it make them legitimate and doesn't make them, I can't read. It doesn't make them legitimate Super Bowl contenders. I had a day today. This year? That's the question. This year?
Yeah, man. I think the Rams are all in again, just like that year. I mean, this trade reminds me of the year that they acquired Stafford. They were all in, even when they picked up like Odell Beckham back then. But yeah, I mean, this haul, you talk about a haul. That 3rd rounder for next year, I was looking at it earlier today. I think the Rams only have a 2nd round pick next year, and then they don't draft again until like the 4th or 5th. Like they don't have a 1st. But like I don't know, Sean McVay, like this is what he does. He doesn't value picks, which I can agree with, right? Like depending on the draft and what's coming out and what your team needs are, I think a trade could be better than what you would get in the draft, depending on your pick. I think free agents could be better than the draft, depending on the area and that you're addressing and who the player is. I think some teams value that first pick or just draft picks in general, where really it's like, man, just make the trade or, pay the guy in free agency to, I think teams definitely overvalue their picks. But yeah, I mean, this is all in. The Rams are coming in with the statement. I still think they might need another piece or two, like a safety, maybe another receiver, just because Puka and Devontae get injured. But yeah, I mean, Rams are, I think the 3 best teams right now after this trade in the NFC are the Rams, Seahawks, and the Birds.
Stevie?
I can agree with that. Dude, the Rams go out and get their guy. That's for sure. They pay whatever the price is. I mean, they're often 1st round picks like it's nothing.
And it works out. They compete.
It's a good strategy, dude.
It's not like they're one and done. Like they compete every year.
Every year. And are they legitimate Super Bowl contenders? They were last year. They were my pick to win this year. So, or the year that just happened. So, yeah, the Rams paid a ton for Trent McDuffie. I didn't think he was that young. He's actually young and he's good. He's top 5? Got to be a top 5 cornerback in the league. So the Rams, when they want a guy, they will come out and they will get him, and they will pay whatever it is that they want.
Yeah, when I saw that he was 25 years old, it feels like he's been in the league for like 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, it's probably because you see his name all the time.
Yeah, he's been playing well. I mean, that's a huge trade. Also, I don't know if you guys saw. Also, Stephon Diggs got released. Kyler Murray got released. Not that it affects anything. I mean, the Stephon Diggs release does make me a little nervous.
Yeah, because they love AJ over there.
It makes me a little nervous, but I still think we're good. I think, the ask that how we would want or the team would want, I don't think the Patriots have enough. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Kyler Murray, I mean, he's done. I don't care where he signs, wherever. But, yeah, I think other than those two, I think those are the only moves that have been made so far. And I think today kicks off the season. The 2026 NFL season officially started today with, like, free agency and everything.
Okay.
All right, so speaking about free agency and the draft and all that other stuff, we'll go on to topic 2. With the tight end position being a concern for the Eagles this year and uncertainty surrounding Dallas Goedert's future, he's gone. Should the Eagles consider addressing the position in the 1st round of the draft? One name that's been getting a lot of attention is Oregon Ducks tight end Kenyan Sadeek.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's
correct.
Who's widely viewed as the number 1 tight end prospect in this year's draft. Sadeek is 20 years old, stands 6'3", 245 pounds, and put up some incredible testing numbers, including a 4.39 40-yard dash, the fastest ever recorded by a tight end, a 43.5-inch vertical, second best ever for a tight end. I can do better. And 11-1 broad jump, third best ever for the position. Last season at Oregon, he finished with 51 receptions for 560 yards and 8 touchdowns, averaging 11 yards per catch. Stevie, we're going to go back to you. What are your thoughts on the Eagles potentially taking a tight end in the first round of this year's draft?
So I know last week I was big on Kyle Pitts. I'm totally against that decision now. I think this is the guy. We don't address tight ends in the draft. I know it's not the popular pick. Everyone wants to see some interior lineman or like that sexy skilled position. And tight end, even though it's considered a skill position, it's not that attractive as like your receiver, cornerback, safety, linebacker, whatever it may be. This guy's an absolute stud. I think his combine numbers hurt us in the sense that he's not going to be there at 23. I think he's going to go before. The draft boards I've been looking at and the potential landing spots have him anywhere from like, I think 10 to 20. We're at 23. If he can fall to us, I think we pull the trigger, or we might have to trade up a spot or two or a couple spots to get him. But I think this would definitely, I would take this guy over Goedert or any free agent right now. You lock in a young stud. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. I mean, I think in the right system, the Birds being the right system, he's a top 3 tight end.
Steve?
Arguably too. Like I think it's going to be him and Browers and Trey McBride. This
Steve?
guy's a stud.
What do you think?
The guy definitely is a stud, but like I said in prior podcasts, no shot I want him. I want an offensive lineman. It's all about the hogs, and it starts up front. We're going to get
Steve, the Hog.
the hogs, baby. It all starts up front.
Fuck your hog. You would want a hog because you're a fat pig, dude. You are a piggy. You fucking piglet.
But yeah, no. The Eagles have never drafted a tight end in the first round. I don't think in the history of the Eagles.
Prospect.
Yes, this guy is a stud, and he will probably be a great talent on another team. But we need offensive linemen more than we need skill position players. I'd like to see Grant Calcaterra. He's had some flashes last year. I'd like to see him fall in the shoes of Goedert.
Katerra's
Grant
your fucking
Calcaterra,
answer?
tight
Jesus
end 1.
Christ.
Okay?
I forgot how nice it was with this guy being gone. You come back and you
I
say
come
this
back
bullshit?
and I keep you in check.
Me in
boy.
check. I think Katerra's the guy to go. I think he's going to be the next man.
He's gonna
up.
be.
And shut the fuck up, dude.
I'd rather see Ninjoku.
His head's clearly still in fucking Mount Colorado or whatever.
no.
The hair is kind of thin up there, brother.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Not only is your face peeling, but your brain clearly peeled too, Steve.
No.
Jesus, dude.
Your takes are trash.
Dude.
We'll
Wait,
never
so-
draft this
so
guy.
I did
and you
read
know it.
on the old IGs today that so Goddard's pretty much gone.
Yeah.
And there's rumor of like oh man, why can't I think of him now?
Safety?
No, Ertz
Another tight end.
coming back
Ertz.
after his injury and at 35
Listen,
years
I'm
old.
okay with Ertz coming back if we get a young guy.
If he's mentoring a young guy,
Yes.
that's
If
not
Ertz
bad.
is coming back and being our number one because we let Dallas go and we passed
No,
on.
he's not the guy.
Yeah. Especially that injury he had. Like, that's great that I think he's going to make opening day or, like, week 1.
Yeah, he's saying he's
But that's
playing.
still a gnarly injury, man. And he's older.
He's going to play the first 6 games. to get
I'd rather
over
have
younger.
him
Stop.
or Ninjoku rather than spend a first-round pick on this guy.
Dude, you lock
He's
in
not going to fall to us anyway.
The offensive line has
Dude,
too
there's
too
always
many
a
question
chance.
marks to take any other position besides offensive line.
So you're going offensive line?
You have to.
So for
There's
both
too many
you
question
guys,
marks.
Just to be clear, it's pretty much offensive line or bust for you guys.
Yeah, unless you're gonna,
There's no other.
unless Howie's gonna be like, listen, we'll get a second and a first next year. We trade.
Unless
away
Howie
this
does some
year's
Howie
first.
shit, is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's
Absolutely.
crazy.
Dude, the skill positions, yeah. You cheer for him. You can get hype about him and hype around the guy.
I
But
think
dude,
you're thinking
it
of like,
starts
how
up
can we
front.
win? And I think we're thinking like, you gotta always be competitive.
But like, what offensive lineman are you going to get at 23, or if you do trade up to like 20, 21, 22, that's really going to make an impact, or like that's even of value like that, right? So I think you take when
Steve, the Eagles are never going to be bad enough that they're drafting high enough to get a high caliber guy unless Howie does some Howie shit. You got a disgruntled top 10 receiver in A.J. Brown just sitting there. Throw him in a package with your first round pick. Try to trade up. There's options, and Howie's the guy to do it. At the throne,
I think
I bow.
if we don't go tight end with, that whole Jalen Phillips lingering, if we sign him, I think it's got to be either. I would personally take obviously the tight end or some type of defensive end or maybe not tackle because we're deeper there, but a D end over an offensive.
Depending on who's there, you go line.
We'll get into that when
Offensive line, defensive line.
when the draft comes. But speaking of getting into something, we got a new segment tonight, boys, courtesy of Steve Brown. And it's called Fit Check.
Yeah.
On this segment, we break down some of the wildest athlete game day fits we've seen over the past few years and decide, did they hit or did they miss? So tonight's lineup, if you guys would show it up on the screen if it's possible.
Yep, we got you.
And I'll say the first. Thanks, guys.
Swipe.
I'll say the first one is James Harden,
Look at my
2022.
man. Look at my man, dude.
Go ahead, Steve
Yeah.
Brown. We'll start with you.
He woke up in the morning. It was like, I got a game tonight. Let me get dressed. This is the shit he put on. Yeah, look at the boots, dude. Are you kidding? Look at this guy. He looks like he should be in Monsters, Inc. Look at that.
Looks like a weird flavored candy cane, dude.
He's like one of those.
Messed up.
He looks like one of those grandma hard candies that she's got in her pocket that she pulls out and gives to you, and it probably doesn't have the wrapper on it. Look at this, dude.
All right, so Stevie, you wearing this?
Yeah, Stevie G is, dude.
Dude, I wouldn't consider myself a fashionista, but I don't know if I can rock this. I'm over here rocking a Delco shirt.
I know you got them.
I like that he's wearing the loudest outfit in the world, but he's got the headphones on. Like, yeah, I'm just staying to myself.
Dude, I love when these athletes, they treat this like, it's so funny too, because when they entered the arena, they're walking through like a grungy, dirty, damn parking lot.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm going to throw on this. This is what's going to get me there.
I don't know. It's their time to shine, I guess. I don't know.
All right, so you guys are walking with that one?
Dude, nah, that's a miss, dude. He missed.
All right, so
Yeah.
all right, so number 2, we got Kyle Kuzma.
Look at my
Show.
Another shot you put this on here, dude.
You look, you just let the weekend
Yo.
rave party. Looks like a bubble boy where half the bubble broke.
I thought this had to be during COVID.
Yo, what's
Because
up
my
with
man's got like a
doing this?
built-in super mask that's covering his face, dude. Look at my guy, Kyle Kuzma. Yeah,
I would wear that jacket though. It probably looks comfy.
that thing is like a lifesaver. Like that's something that if your boat's sinking, they throw that thing out there. You put that on so you don't die.
It's like a fucking car airbag. He just
What are
threw
you
it over his
wearing?
body.
Dude, I just don't get these guys. Like, yo, I got a game tonight. Let me put this joint on.
Stevie, what do you think?
Cut to 6.
Dude, I have no idea what's going on there.
Stevie.
I don't even know what to say. I'm just baffled by that.
All right.
Back
So
on
we'll
six.
go on to number 3. This is Stevie G's boy,
Boy.
David Njoku.
Yeah.
3.
What's up with your boy, dude?
And take his horse to the old.
You know what though? Like after the first two, this one ain't that bad.
This is the best outfit.
Yeah,
we've
this is
seen
the
so
best
far.
outfit so far.
Yeah, not
You know
that
what?
bad.
I gotta tell you guys,
Cut 3.
I wanna buy a cowboy hat,
No, you're okay. All right.
You can rock it, dude.
and I wanna wear it going out just casually, and just when people walk past, I'm like, sir.
Was that inspired by our boy Joey Nova's cowboy boots that he wore to that party?
They were in cowboy boots. Do you know what he had on? He had dress shoes on that had spikes coming out all through it.
Oh,
It was like if Pinhead, the guy on the movie,
yeah.
was needed dress shoes. That's what he was wearing.
With his pants painted on him.
Pants, yeah,
Yeah.
second skin, baby.
You know what? We might have to add him to Fit Check.
I'll pull
Keep
up
his
some. I'll pull up
find
some
his
costumes.
Instagram or social media page.
All right, so number 4, we'll go back to our guy James Harden.
Look at
No, he's
This just looks
trolling
like the
with
first
this.
outfit just grew.
Bring it back.
he looks
No.
like one of them
He's
cartoon
the
characters I read my kid.
Abominable Stone Man, dude.
Full screen 2.
He looks like
What
one
is
of the
that?
dude. He looks like one of those guys from Candyland. Look at him,
You
dude.
would find this.
Dude, and then you.
What is he? What is
Yo,
he
you found
bringing
that
with him?
headpiece. You looked at that headpiece. You're like, yo, I need this for my head. Yo. You know what's crazy? I bet you this is like summer, 95 degrees out. My man's got a full head unit.
Yo, he got a bunch of water balloons in his bag. What's going on with that?
Oh man.
Strapped.
You know what? With detail like that, you gotta respect him a little bit. Like
He's got giblets on his bag, dude.
I don't know what's going on with this stuff, dude.
all right, guys. So we'll get on to our last one, and it's Eagle great Jason Kelce.
I mean, that's not bad.
Ready to?
For what we
Ready
just
to?
witnessed, I mean, Kelce. That's not.
Now that's a game day fit. That's
Yeah.
what you
No,
should
I
be
don't get.
going
I don't
Now we're
get.
at the
I
Bulls.
don't get wearing the socks above
Yeah.
above the sweatpant.
Big in the gym. Never got it.
for. Yeah,
To
I
me,
don't
that's like
know
a
about that, but-
like a prison thing. I don't want any insects or bugs getting into my pants. But also, like you can put your snacks down your pants and it won't fall out of your legs.
So when I
I
think
was
of-
in jail, John, and I've never seen that.
That's because you're in jail, not in prison. In prison, things are
yeah,
different.
things are different.
I assume.
Nah, see, when I see people like that, it's like, did you like take your pedal bike here so like your pants don't get caught in the chain, maybe? But yeah, I don't get the
Like you have a $1,000
Yeah,
bag, but a
yeah.
$5 outfit.
$1,000 bag. That's probably $25,000.
No,
But his whole getup
Jalen
cost him
bought
$20.
them that, I'm pretty sure.
And he's got the dad shoes.
Yeah.
The New Balances.
Yep.
Yeah, but I just don't get the socks above. Socks are meant, they're an undergarment.
Yeah.
They're meant to, be not visible.
Yeah.
But yeah,
don't-
but that's still the best game day fit.
I mean,
he
him
looks
and
like he's ready to lock in.
Joku.
I don't know about James Harden.
Yeah.
I don't
James
know what
Harden.
he's locking
He's
into,
on some
but
shit.
Tell you what,
Man,
if it's working for him because we're talking about it.
looking like a fucking pitsy stick out there, dude.
All right, guys, so let us know what you
Too
thought about
much.
tonight's fit check. It was just basically Steve picking pictures and then giggling at them.
I didn't think they were gonna be that.
What'd you
funny.
do too? Were you like sitting at work, like writing down jokes for these guys?
Nah, when I was looking at him, my reaction wasn't like that. It wasn't until I saw it on the screen that I was like, yeah, that's so bad.
All right, so
Dude, but you'd be surprised. I have like 10 episodes worth. There's so many.
no, I
So
can't do
many.
10 episodes of
These
this.
guys, I just don't get, like, they say they're into fashion and, like, I guess. Could you imagine if one of your buddies showed up to your house like that?
if
or
he
like-
plays like Kelce, you can wear whatever he wants.
I guess, but I mean, it's not like James Harden's no slouch either. I mean, he was one of the greats. I mean, I know he's like a little bit past his prime, but he was out there getting buckets for a while. And
Yeah, let him wear what he wants.
I guess, man, but that's fashion. But I'm just saying, like, you're wearing that and like around your boys, and like you don't expect them to like pick on you or like.
Oh, dude,
No,
he's
he's
not wearing that around his
1,000% getting
boys.
roasted in
Bullshit.
the locker room.
If you're wearing it for the whole world to see, you don't think he's showing up to his buddy's house like that?
No,
I don't think so,
Oh.
man.
no, he's wearing that because he knows he's going to be on national
Yeah,
TV.
that's his statement, dude.
But like, you think he thinks that he's killing it?
No,
Or
I
you
think it's
Oh,
loud and it's gonna garner attention.
Oh, he thinks he's killing it for sure.
Yeah. There's no way. My man's
If you
out here.
didn't think you were killing it and you wore that,
My man,
that's crazy.
my man's goofing, dude. He's new suit goofing with
There's
that.
something up with this fashion these days. I'm out on it.
Oh man.
All right, boys. Well, you ready for the next topic? Tonight it's buy or sell. If you're buying, you believe in it. If you're selling, you don't. And you've got to tell us why. We're going rapid fire on this one, so keep the answers short, Stevie G, and to the point. Here are the statements. Right? So you ready? We'll go first one. I'll kick to you, Stevie G, and then Steve will answer. And then I'll go to 2, 3, 4. All right? So the first one, the Eagles should prioritize elite defense over paying offensive stars. Stevie G, buy or sell?
I'll buy that for sure. Yeah, depending on who the offensive star is, obviously, but yeah, elite defense.
Steve?
Wait, what?
So first one, the Eagles should prioritize elite defense over paying offensive stars.
This year, yeah, because I think our help, we didn't really we let a lot of defense go the year before, like after we won the Super Bowl, we didn't really recoup. So yeah, I think this year, I think the defense needs to be addressed before the offense. I think there's more holes to fill, mainly in our secondary. Maybe if we don't bring back any of the D linemen, we should probably prioritize that in the draft or free agency. But yeah, I'll buy that. We need to address the defense this year over the offense for sure.
All right, so we'll hit the next one. Joel Embiid will never win a championship in Philadelphia. Stevie G.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. A buy. That's pretty much it. I'm completely.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah,
Steve
I'm
Brown,
out on
buy or sell.
Joel Embiid winning for the Sixers.
I mean, it pains for me to say it, but I'm going to buy it. If you would have asked me this a few years ago, my answer probably would have been different. But I think, with the injuries that he's gone through, the lack of effort made at this year's
Bro, the window is closed.
Yeah.
The process
I don't
is
think
over.
it's fully closed, but I think there might be a sliver.
Now
think
you
there's
got
a sliver.
you got solid guards right now, but
We're still, it's the same.
You're gonna have to do some kind of like a mini rebuild or like a step, one of those. Take one step
it's the
back.
Same thing every year. We're still missing pieces.
We had it
It's the
too.
same thing.
We're still missing pieces, and
They
it's
make it to the
unfortunate
playoffs,
because,
they're out. Every year.
It's unfortunate because during the whole process and everything, Joel was the one who actually panned out and was unreal about how dominant he was. Obviously, he got injured over the last couple of years and he missed a lot of games. And then, even the start of this season, they were bringing him back slowly. There was talks that
Who's the dude that went to Miami? We had for a year, or didn't we have him for half a season?
Jimmy Butler?
Yeah,
yeah,
he was
we
a
had him
monster.
for a year.
should have
It's
never
the
got rid of him.
organization's fault too. It's not Joel.
If we would have kept him, we would have had one championship.
Yeah, it's not
we
on
picked
Joel
Tobias
Embiid.
over him.
Mm-hmm.
But we came down to him and Tobias because we maxed out Ben Simmons that year, Joel,
Yep.
and we could do one more, and they went with Tobias Harris.
We had 3 first overall picks, 5 first overall picks or something.
I mean, yeah, and it's crazy to think that we missed on so many of them. Not a lot of them aren't even in the league anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because they're too old; they just couldn't ball like that.
Yeah.
But to Philly's credit, though,
The Sixers.
Sixers, yeah.
It sounded like you said Phillies. I'm sorry.
no, I said Philly,
I'm sorry.
but
Oh.
yeah, to the Sixers' credit, the guys that they did draft were good in college, I guess, to an extent. I mean, the Markelle Fultz one was kind of weird. But then you see, who got drafted after him, right? Your Jason Tatum's, who's the other guy on the Celtics? Oh, man, Brown.
Which means they suck at draft.
Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, Jaylen Brown. Yeah, but to answer your question, yeah, do I think he's going to win a championship? No. I think
Yeah, it's not on Joel
Unless-
Embiid either.
by a miracle, something happens this year. I mean, I don't even know if Joel's going to be here next year, whether he wants out or whether we pull the trigger on him. But no.
All right. Next one. MLB needs a salary cap immediately, Stevie G.
I don't believe that, so I'm going to sell that. They never had a salary cap. I don't think it's needed. Pay the guys as much as they want, and if you can't pay, you're beat. That's how baseball is.
All right, Steve. But doesn't that create doesn't that continue making teams that are in smaller markets not be able to get equal playing field, or you just
Sure,
cares?
you're cooked.
Also, the MLB does a quasi profit share where
Sponsors can help pay for them.
no, it's so part of TV deals, and there's something else too is thrown in a pot that all the teams have to pay into, and then what they get back, a small market team actually makes out on the deal.
But
So it's a profit sharing, not profit
But I
sharing.
do believe sponsors can help pay for players. I remember years ago, this is back when A-Rod was the man and still in the league, and I think he was leaving Texas to go to the Yankees. We were actually in the mix, and this is what I heard. I forget where I read it. I think I might have heard it on one of those sports radios. Comcast was in, someone else was in, but Citizens Bank was out.
Wow, dude, I was expecting him to, probably would have got him if Rita's Water Ice would have
Yeah.
stepped up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Philly
know.
Pretzel
It's not
Factory
every
money.
sponsor, but I think majority of something like that. I know sponsors are I don't know if sponsors is the right word or investors or whatever. They can help throw up money.
Yeah, but it makes sense
get-
not having a salary cap because the biggest market teams have the biggest bankroll. So
yeah, why does that make
if
sense?
you want your team to be good, go to the game. Right?
Yeah, but if your team's not good, why do you want to go to the game?
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Just cook.
yeah, but the
Yeah, if
big,
my team sucks, I'm not going to support them. So then they're not going to make any money.
Well, then you're not a real fan. I
So
don't know what to
That's
tell you.
not no. Here's what makes people fans. It's not by blindlessly supporting and giving money to a team. When they're underachieving, I'm not putting money in their pockets. I want them to understand that I'm not happy with the level of performance that they're putting out on the field. Doesn't mean I'm not a fan. It just means this is how I act as a fan towards my team. And when they're doing good, I cheer them. When they're doing bad, I boo them. But they're my team. You know?
No, that's a good point. But as long as the Phillies don't have that problem, I'm fine with it. So
oh, I think
All
it
right.
gets so I'm torn with this one, right? Because all I know baseball is to have no cap.
Well, they
And-
pay a luxury tax.
yeah. So, but like essentially, there's no cap. You can pretty much pay them
Who
whatever.
gets the luxury tax money?
I don't know. That's a good question. Or no, yeah.
Can we give it a Googs?
But anyway,
Guggen.
Googan.
I think it's fine the way it is. I think, regardless of if you put a cap on it or not, the teams aren't like cheap. Teams are still going to be cheap. So I think if you do put a cap on it, they should also like tweak it to where like a team has to spend each year X amount, right? Because like the Oakland A's, like the owners or
I
whoever's
think they
in
did that,
charge,
didn't they?
the Oakland A's don't do anything.
No, I think there's a luxury tax, and then there's
Yeah, 1997. Looks like it did a competitive balance tax.
Then they have to adjust it because it's like, yo, like if you're going to be cheap, you're going to be cheap, regardless if there's a.
Well, no, I think there's a threshold. Like you have to spend over to a certain amount.
Yeah, but I think they do like the bare minimum. Like that would have to go up. Like you would have to force, like that would have to go up and force teams to actually, like there's no reason why some of these teams should be like if you ever watch like a Florida Marlins game or like an Oakland,
Miami.
yeah, or like an athletics game, and it's like,
Dude, but I tell you what, like if I'm a small market team like that, I would just throw all, like if I'm like, all right, I can't afford these
is
players.
Miami a
You know what I'm
small
doing?
market team?
Comparative to like the rest of the league, yeah.
You're in
because-
Miami, Florida.
Yeah, and you know what people do in Miami? They go on the beach and they go in clubs. They don't go to a Miami Marlins game. That's why
What do
they
you
made the
mean?
stadium like a nightclub because it wanted to attract the people that are there. But it, like, people don't. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But like, a lot of people don't grow up in Miami. They kind of move to Miami.
But
So like, your home team is still back home, and a lot of them probably aren't sports
also
fans.
to Miami's defense, the Marlins' defense, when Derek Jeter became GM, he absolutely botched that team. He
Yeah.
got rid of everyone.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you can't put your, as like just thinking off the brick here, but like if you can't afford to put money into players, then like put money into your scouts. Get like the best scouts you can find, right? It's got to be a lot less expensive to do that, and then just like develop the best talent possible. And I know like Miami is pretty much like a New York Yankees farm system where like they just get guys, but
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
if you just have a constant stream of young talent, you're going to start winning eventually. And then you can start it kind of creating a culture. You can flip town for big names. I'll
Like-
give me the Miami Marlins.
But is the no cap in that bad? Like I feel like, yeah, the big market teams, it sounds good every year, but they're not always winning.
They're not always winning.
No.
Well, that's irrelevant. It's like at the beginning of the year, who has the best chance of winning? It's not necessarily
Yeah,
like
but the best chance of actually coming.
there's
through
ebbs and
is
flows in
different.
baseball, and there's injuries happen.
Sure.
Guys have down years, but it's like when you look at an opening day roster of the Miami Marlins and you look at the opening day roster of the New York Yankees,
The Dodgers.
On
it's
paper, it's
very
different.
telling.
But if you think about it too, what Atlanta Braves had the best team in baseball, arguably the last few years up until last year, and they couldn't even.
We all knew once they got
one and
shelled.
Well, you
done.
don't have the
It was
best team
over.
in baseball if you're underperforming
On
every year. You just
on
have a
paper-
solid
On
roster.
paper, they were arguably the best team on paper.
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers. Show
Up until last year, yeah, I mean they were competitive. Like no, the Dodgers roster, yes, but like
I know what you're saying.
yeah,
But just
or at least in the National League.
Dodgers.
Oh yeah, Dodgers stuff. I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
All right, guys. This is supposed to be quick takes here. So defensive players are impossible to evaluate under today's rules. Stevie G, buy or sell?
I'll sell that. Yeah, I don't believe that.
What
at all.
sport?
football.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. Of course they're able to be evaluated. Everybody's able to be evaluated.
So, like, the question is more like back in the day, Dawkins used to smoke a guy up the middle, right? But now players have to be more hesitant with what they do or how they get guys.
How they tackle.
So do you think there's like a second doubt that comes into their brain like while they're going in? So kind of like you can't really evaluate or gauge a guy correctly because there's so many rules and regulations now.
Oh, okay. No, I'll still sell it.
Do you want to elaborate real quick?
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to play around the rules, right? So if you can play around the rules, you're going to do better. If you can't, you're not going to be evaluated as good. And
Play
that's
around
how
the
it should
rules
be.
like gray area?
No.
Like adjust.
Like adjust. You have to adjust.
All right.
Yeah.
Steve?
No, I'm going to sell that. I think the training hasn't, like the combine or like the way you get to the pros, like playing the ball. Like I think the drills might have altered a little bit, but I don't think it changes anything. I think they might do one or two things differently in practice when it comes to form tackling. I think there's probably more emphasis on that, and like you can't lead with your head, you can't do certain things. But that's why in today's NFL, you still see, when the quarterback goes to slide. I think they have to be better if they're going to adjust it. I think the refs have to be better with calling it. Like sometimes it's just human nature, right? Like it's just like if the quarterback gets touched but he didn't get smoked, it's a bang bang play or it's close because a lot of these quarterbacks are like doing it to themselves where it's like they know what they're doing.
Well, they know
I'm going
they're
to wait till the last second to go down because the defensive guy's not going to be able to do anything. But then too, it's like then us as fans get upset when the guy is a foot out of bounds or like is still technically in bounds and then gets smoked out of bounds. And you're like, what the heck to the flag? Nah, he was still in bounds.
Yeah.
So it's just like I think the refs have to be better with like those type of calls. But no, from like a evaluation standpoint, if I'm recruiting somebody or if I'm looking to draft a player or trade for a player, I don't think it makes it harder or any harder for me to evaluate that defensive player.
I think the term impossible there is what I don't like personally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's impossible. If it was more like harder, I would agree to that.
Sure.
And it's also like the game shifts. So the type of players that you'd want on your team, you'd want the players that are really good with the rules that are currently in place, right? So you're still evaluating based off of that. But if you're looking like, the league's getting a little softer. Yeah, it definitely is.
I mean, it definitely is getting softer, but I think also that just reminded me, like, when you ask these old school guys, right, like whether it's your Brian Dawkins or these hard hitters, they were headhunting, right? Like defensive, I mean, growing up playing ball, if you guys played ball, like the coach, if you played defense, the coach was like, yo, you have just kill the person with the ball pretty much, right? You just want to destroy the quarterback, destroy the ball carrier, run through him.
You think you got CTA?
No.
You ever have a conversation with you?
But anyway, so I think you can change that, right? You just tell the play, like you just tell the guys, like, yo, hey, you can't headhunt anymore. You have to lead with your shoulder now. It's not that. I don't think it's that hard.
I think it's hard. I think anytime you're asking someone to completely change, and it's more now. Like as the years go on, it's going to be
good,
less.
and it's been.
But initially, there was a lot of like guys that are just having a tough time.
I mean,
it.
has the adjustments from like a fan standpoint watching the game looked any different? Like I said, if it does, it's because the ref's not calling it correct, or
I mean, there's guys,
or they're missing calls.
Definitely harder to be evaluated, but impossible.
Yeah,
I agree with John.
There you go, Stevie G. Best thing you ever said tonight.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So listen, how about this one? Buy or sell, Stevie G. International games are hurting competitive balance.
No, I sell that. Zach said it last week. He hates like the England games and the Brazil games. No, I want football every single day. You guys are professionals. You get out there and play. You get paid a lot of money. You suit up. I don't want to hear no complaining. And that's what it is.
Yeah, but you as a home team don't get the advantage of the home field when you take a team over it.
Grimy River, you're a professional. Get out there and win the game. If you lose and you complain about it, that's on you. You lost. I want football every single day. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I feel.
Do you want football every single day in every single country?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Steve?
I don't know if I want it every day. No, and it doesn't. I don't think it hurts, right? Like why do I care, right? Like we got done saying a couple episodes ago, best seat in the house is on your couch, watching the game,
Oh yeah.
right? So it's like whether you're playing on the moon, Brazil, I don't care.
Did you ever go out of state to go to an Eagles game?
No,
No?
no.
Well, I went to
I don't
Carolina for an Eagles game, and I had a great time and made a weekend out of
Yeah.
it, right? If Eagles are playing in London, that would be cool shit to experience,
Yeah, could you
right?
imagine being out in London or being somewhere and be like, yo, the Eagles are playing. I'm
Yeah.
so sick.
They're playing in
that
France.
would be
Oui,
good.
oui.
Yeah.
Go Birds, huh?
That would be different going out of country or something like that.
We're doing a broadcast from a game.
We could. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We're in the,
Whenever Thursday's in Dallas or
we're in
whatever,
the
we're going.
Jetro Porta Potty reporting live.
But no, I don't particularly like going to Eagles games. You can't see anything. There's a bunch of drunk people pushing you and shit. It's just not my
Steve,
scene.
your optimism
Yeah.
It's just not
never
my scene,
ceases to
dude.
amaze me.
I can kind
I
of.
love football. It's the best sport. I just don't like going to the game.
I went to the playoff game. I had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
It
I
was
went
the
to the Phillies
coldest I've ever
playoff.
been in my life. But I had a wonderful time. And you can see the game
There's not a
at
bad
every
seat.
seat. But I agree with you.
Not as good
and I
on
agree with
TV.
you for baseball is a sport that is best to go to or to be on a beach listening on the radio. Football is best viewed on TV. It's made for television.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's what I prefer.
I don't mind listening to an Eagles game on the radio.
What are you doing?
Like if for some reason an appointment got pushed or I was out running errands and I got stuck with whatever and I'm listening to the first, like I think it was one game last year, it was the Eagles versus Raiders. And we were at the gym and it ran late. So for the first half hour, like the first quarter, I listened to on the way home. I don't mind it. If you get a good announcer.
Merle Reese is the
yeah,
shit,
Merle
dude.
Reese kills it.
Stevie G, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food.
Yeah, like if you had a favorite meal, what would it be?
Seafood.
What
Probably like
a meal.
Served on
One
his,
thing.
Served on his boogie board.
yeah.
Just one
We can get the boogie in.
one meal.
Like some lobster, dude. Some crabs. Maryland blue crabs.
This guy.
So
Get
all
it
right.
popping on
All right,
seafood.
so just leave it at that. So like if you had it every single day, wouldn't you get tired of it eventually?
Yeah.
So like, do you think watching football every single day would eventually like diminish how much you like it?
No.
All right. All right. Thanks, buddy.
I see what you're leading me into, but absolutely not.
All right. So
Should we peep the chat?
There's only
real quick? I think
16
we gotta-
or what?
yeah, if you want to go to the
18
chat and we'll see 1776 just making fun of all of us, and then Milk Toast is here.
This is here. Stevie G, what's your favorite food? Seafood.
I like seafood. Oh, an entire category.
Yeah. I like meat.
What's your favorite food?
Just two thoughts in his
That was
head.
a weird question.
So
chicken.
Derek's in the chat watching. Said put him on the screen. That's cool. Then we got some more correction. Montgomery.
Question for the team: what's worse, Lions losing Gibbs or looking like Two-Face from Batman, like Stevie G?
Yeah, good 176.
Correction, Montgomery. All right, so we'll keep scrolling down. Keep going. The manager at Planet Fitness said the ball guy sniffs the workout bench after the last guy uses it. Steve Brown, have you ever sniffed a workout bench?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Actually, that's not. I did, but it's not because someone was using it. It's because it just genuinely stunk. I'm in a gym.
Yeah.
Steve B looks like he holds every ounce of his blood in his head, and it's 3 seconds till it explodes.
Me holding the rage before I explode.
Steve, what's your blood pressure at? You get your blood pressure looked at?
Not recently.
You should
You
get
need to get a
blood.
blood test, dude.
Yeah.
I take about 120 mgs of propanolol 3 times a day. So
We're
We're
should
good.
look into
He
that.
could drop that at any moment.
Snacks down your pants is what the ball guy calls his friends. The quarterback must go down. Milk Toast, what's up? All American sports have been getting softer or becoming Europeans. Hot take hot take: merge the CFL
Hockey
and the
hasn't.
NFL to
I think
expand the
hockey's
game
been pretty
internationally.
consistent.
I wouldn't merge the CFL. I just think it diminishes how good
Those
the
don't do
talent is.
shit. Like, I hate that.
It's the field's longer
Yeah,
too, right?
Like watching the AFL now or whatever it is, the UFL, like whatever. That's not ball to me. That's not ball.
Well, dude, football is a cold weather sport, and it's in like a warm. It starts in the
That's not
warm weather
true.
months. Yes, it is.
Football weather to me is hot. I'd much rather be playing in 100.
You're from the mean streets of Delco, aren't you?
Chester County, pal.
Chester County?
Back it up.
I'm from Delco.
Yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
couldn't tell.
But you think football, even though you've watched it all your life in the Philadelphia
I'd
area,
rather play in 100-degree heat than in the cold any day of the.
not would you rather play it, but what you associate it as.
Dude, like that. Like
It's because you
that
were a player.
spring- That
so you did it in the summer?
grass smell, just like those
That's
certain
baseball.
smells. Nah, football's got the same.
This is what I'm talking about. CTE.
Football's got the same thing. When when the springtime comes around or more summertime, right, and that heat, the grass, and everything, just like
All right.
I think of it as an all-weather sport too.
I mean, it is an all weather, but that's what gets.
I think
me
you
going.
guys, you're both wrong. All right, so there's a small football culture in Japan. They have a professional league. The teams are just too tired flying and play it as Euro starts at the end of this month. More football. Will you guys be watching? Stevie G, who's your favorite player in the UFL?
Know anybody in the UFL?
All right. Producer Milktoast
Greg
is in the
Ward.
chat telling Terry what to do, and we did it.
Lobster, bug of the sea. Yeah, well, this guy's the bug of Delco. Look at him.
No. No shot.
See, Derek, you're biased too because you're a football player. He says summer fall is for football.
Yes.
That's because you
Summer-
guys were playing football, preparing for the season in those warm weather months. So your brain, when you think football, you think summer, like probably like
August.
doing sprints.
But even like that fall when it starts and like, dude, it's like under the lights, like Friday Night Lights, right? It's like that crisp is in the air where it's like it only gets cold at night a little bit, but the game started off warm. But
the
at
Super
halftime,
Bowl
it's
is in February. The most
I don't
competitive
mind.
time of football is in January in the playoffs. The coldest time of the year
Yeah, but it's
is
in a
when the
warm
best
state.
football
it's
is
in a warm
played.
State. It's in a
It's a
dome.
cold weather sport.
It's in a dome.
Oh, we'll talk. Don't talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
I'm
Hot
just saying,
takes.
though. I'm just saying.
It's
though,
only
the
'cause
Super
we
Bowl
played.
is always neutral, and that's
Sounds
another
right.
reason why I don't care if they play overseas because it's neutral. No one has the home field advantage. No one has.
Yeah, it's stupid.
But technically, I think honestly, if we when we play overseas, I think Eagles are the third most popular. So technically, the Birds have like home field advantage depending on who they play.
All right, boys. Well, listen, let's do it. Harry, can you sing us a song about Johnny on the spot?
Introduce this one for us, Terry.
Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, it's so hot when it's Johnny on the spot. Damn, look at that spot. Shit, Johnny, get on that spot.
Getting on
Johnny
that.
on the spot.
That's
Hotter
amazing.
every week.
That needs to be every week, just that whole thing. So Johnny on the spot, all right. It's time for Johnny on the spot. This is the segment where I have no idea what the topic is ahead of time, and then the two Steves will debate their sides. And I'll sit back, listen to the arguments. Then at the end, I'll decide which Steve made the better case. That's it. So Stevie G, or no, Steve Brown, do you want to introduce it or Stevie G?
No, you start because it kind of tied into last week. Right?
Okay. So last week, you guys talked about Lane Johnson, and then it was brought up that Steve Brown thinks losing A.J. Brown will be a bigger impact than losing Lane Johnson. And I just believe that's completely false. When it comes to the offensive line as a whole, sure, you can replace maybe one guy, two guys, and you're getting really close to folding under pressure. And
Wait, is this?
Lane-
Are you making your argument right now?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not
Can you
just
state-
explaining, and then I'm going to make my argument.
Okay.
So the argument is absolutely offensive linemen, especially transcendent offensive linemen like Lane Johnson, are more important than the skill position players. If you were to have a fantasy football draft of offensive linemen, there would be all old guys at the top, besides like 4 or 5. The top 10 offensive linemen in the league are a majority of older veteran players that have stuck around and been just transcendent throughout the years. And if you look at the top 10 skill position players, they have less of a longevity throughout their career, and the top 10 spots flip-flop like crazy. Also, in the last 3 years, there has only been one offensive tackle that has broken into the top 10 of PFF, Pro Football Focus. That's like their rankings. There's only been one, and his name is Joe Alt.
Mm-hmm.
So they're also harder to evaluate than the skill position. When I say skill position, that means wide receiver and running back.
Tight end.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, they're harder to evaluate. There's more busts in the top 10, and
More.
that's pretty much it.
Steve?
I mean, you make it too easy for me, Steve. Each week, man.
No.
You see what I'm up against, dude?
You're wrong.
Jesus.
Completely
There's no
wrong.
way that the one offensive lineman is more valuable or brings more to the table on the offense side of the ball than a wide receiver or any skilled position. There's a reason why wide receivers are paid more, why quarterbacks are paid more, why running backs are paid more than offensive linemen. Skilled positions, unfortunately, on the offensive side, have more value and bring more to the offensive side of the ball than the offensive lineman. Now, Lane Johnson is an absolute beast.
You can't
Best of
find a
his
Lane
position.
Johnson.
You can't, but not everyone has
Get
an A.J. Brown.
Ashton Genty and Malik Neighbors any year.
Hey, listen, I was quiet when you were yapping. Why don't you pull out your notepad, pal, right? Jesus, where was I?
Lane Johnson.
Great player, right? He's a huge asset and brings a lot and does a lot for the offense, right? And I understand that our winning percentage is at like 60% with him, and we dropped down to like 45 without him. However, with that stat, one thing I found unique about that stat is typically more than one lineman are out with him, right? So there's an inconsistency on the offensive line, right? But the name of the game on offense is to score the football. I don't see guards catching. I don't see them running routes. I don't see them. Now, they do block, especially a blind side or something, and it's huge. Very valuable. But to sit here and say that if I'm going into this week and God himself came down and said, Steve, only one of the two players can play, A.J. Brown or Lane Johnson, or my number one receiver or my number one guard, I'm going receiver is playing every single time. Offensive linemen, as great as they are a dime a dozen. Doesn't matter if it's a first-round pick or a seventh-round, maybe not seventh, but like a later-round pick. You can get them. You can't find that elite top receiver in every draft.
Dude, a perfect example of that is
Hold on, Steve, your rebuttal.
the Cincinnati Bengals. They have notorious bad offensive line and the best skill positions
But
in the NFL, and they can't get over the hump.
Yeah.
And on the opposite side of that, you have our boy over there, the bobblehead, the new addition to the set, by the way. He had an amazing offensive line and a terrible or middle of the pack
For the people
skill
that can't
position.
see the bobblehead in the corner,
Dude,
who is it?
Kids meal back in '96.
Dude,
And he got at Mickey D's.
That is a throwback.
and you probably
and
got to
it's great.
fillet a fish like
It's
a weirdo.
Donovan McNabb for those of you that
Dude,
Anyway,
you're
dude,
salty about my
that
Donovan McNabb.
Bengals argument is terrible because as bad as that offensive lineman is, they put up 40 points. They put up 40 points. It's the defense why they can't win. If you put up 40 points in the NFL, there's no reason why you should lose. No reason. And if you are losing, that's a defensive sign. Guys, we put up 40 points. Our offensive line has to be better. No, the defense has to be better, Steve-O. Jesus.
No,
and
the
that
offensive
Donnie
line has to be
McNabb
better
team-
because Joe Burrow can't
and
stay
that
healthy.
Donnie Mack team you were talking about in the 2000s, which was great, there's a difference when it's like a complete team. That offensive line was an absolute unit. Now, the offensive line as a whole, you can make that argument, right? That a strong offensive unit, yeah, you need that for the offense to work. We're talking one player on that offensive lineman. You can't play with one of them. You're telling me that you miss one of them, your team's in more shambles than losing your star elite receiver? No shot.
You gave me my argument. The Eagles lose at a high higher rate when Lane Johnson's out.
And
He is a more valuable piece
when he's
to the
out,
offense.
like it said, that stat clearly states that there's inconsistencies with the line, meaning that there's other linemen that are out and they're constantly rotating guys in or out.
Stevie G, do you have any kind of like closing statements to make? We'll wrap it up.
It is harder to get a transcendent offensive lineman, an offensive tackle, more like, than it is to get a star wide receiver. And it's been seen throughout the drafts, throughout years and years. And that'll be my closing. That's just the end of it. I'm right.
Steve Brown.
In
His
conclusion,
closing thing was he just said what the topic was and said he's right.
in conclusion, one offensive lineman does not the absence of one offensive lineman as elite as Lane Johnson is still doesn't hurt the offense as much as losing your star wide receiver that you paid $100 million plus for. There's a reason why these guys are getting more money, because they bring more value and they bring more to the offensive side of ball. Not taking away from anything that Lane Johnson or the Pennies of the world and the Trent Williams and all these other great linemen, right? Joe Alt, all these guys, Jonathan Oga, great. You need them. However, if you have a star receiver like an A.J. Brown, a Jamar Chase, a Justin Jefferson, they're out there. And I'm telling my one offensive lineman he can, sit if that was the scenario.
All right, guys. So a couple of things of note. I don't think offensive linemen make less than running backs. I think O-line gets paid. Lane Johnson's making, I just Googled it, $48 million
You're
over
correct
the next
on that.
2 seasons.
Wide receivers make more.
With
than
40 of it guaranteed. Like O-line gets paid, but it's the upper echelon of all positions that just get paid.
So wait, hold on, because I didn't know that offensive lineman
No.
more than a running back.
Argument's over.
No. I still stand by my argument,
Okay.
but just for like moving
that's true.
forward, offensive lineman, a star offensive lineman can make more than a star running back.
Yes.
Can they? Yeah. I mean, does it happen every single time? No.
Okay, so it's
can't,
kind of
but
case by case, I would
Yeah.
say. Okay.
Like, dude's making $40 million guaranteed.
Yeah,
Um,
but
No,
if
he
I'm
is
making
right about
46.
wide receivers, though. Wide receivers do make more than.
Yeah, and like
Line.
same thing with quarterbacks. All right, so Steve, have you ever won one?
1-1 what?
An argument?
I'm 2-0.
Guess what? You're 3-0, dude, because
Oh my God!
Stevie G ends the debate by just saying exactly what the topic was and that he was right. Steve came prepared. Steve cited that Steve really leaned into like Lane Johnson as opposed to like all offensive linemen. If you guys got away from that, I would have said like, all right, but you just zeroed in on one guy. Steve knew it, and he knew that there was inconsistencies when like Lane is out because other guys are out too. So he kind of like muted that whole case. So for that reason, I'm gonna say Steve Brown 3-0.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, dog.
Sounds good.
Yo, what happened? I told you this was going to happen. Told you.
It's
I
wrong.
said, yo, come prepared. I said, yo.
I did.
I seen him in the car when I pulled up with his phone. He was Googling. I was like, you better come prepared because I'm coming. He goes, I got you, dude. I got
Nah. If we had a chat, they would side with me.
you. Leave it to the chat. Whoever's in the chat, if you saw this debate, who won
The
this?
disparity between like an offensive lineman replacement and like a wide receiver
And correct me if I'm wrong.
placement is
Dude, it's
different.
Who? But
It is,
okay.
but
so
you
I won the
cannot
argument.
get a
but do you
transcendent
agree
offensive
with
lineman
him?
in the draft. You can't.
When the argument started, I agreed.
I was gonna say, dude, I think it's safe to say the last 3 ones we've had since the show started, I want to say that you've agreed with him, but
Yeah.
his pitch, your sell is off. And I
I-
keep telling
Because
you
he
this.
likes you.
No, it's not. Dude,
You don't
What are
think he
talking
wants
about?
anything more
It's
than
more-
to absolutely
it's-
crush me.
It's more often than not. I agree. I mean, we only did 3, but I do agree with Stevie G's
Yeah.
point of view. I just think you argue your point
And
better.
I've told you this every time when we do a recap. I'm like, yo, you could have won. Like,
Dude, all you have to look at is the
it's
last
okay.
3 drafts,
It's
and I
okay.
brought it up.
Listen, you can't argue.
No.
With
We've had
me. It's
one
okay.
Good offensive lineman opposed to a million skill positions.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get into hot takes because
You ain't getting no lobster tonight, Steve-O.
no seafood for Stevie G. All right, so tonight, hot takes. Let's close it out with the hot takes, boys. Each of us brings a hot take. Each of us brings. I can't, dude. Next week.
Takes.
Yeah, thank you, Terry. Each of us brings a take that might ruffle some feathers, and we debate whether it's bold or just wild. No safe opinions allowed. So, Steve Brown, you're up first. What's your hot take?
So, kind of piggybacking off of last week, guys, my hot take for this week is golfers are not athletes. They're not elite athletes. I don't believe in it. I'm surprised they even consider golf a sport. I just don't see how, when people retire at 60, the suggestion is to move to Florida and pick up golfing. I've never heard of someone retiring, moving to Florida, and picking up a real sport. Right? It takes no athletic ability. Right? You really don't have to train, right? There's no physical wear or tear on your body, right? Maybe if you get up and do yoga and stretch and maybe aerobics, it might make you a little loose and limber to swing your club. But other than that, man, you're not elite. There's no way. I don't care who the best golfer is. I don't care how many Masters he won or how many things. He can't even stand on the same podium as a basketball player, a football player, a hockey player, and a true Olympian.
Tiger Woods can't stand on.
No shot.
All right.
Because I know he did one, right? Like, I think he won best male athlete or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how are you going to do that when, like, the sport just isn't that physically bearing, right? It's not a requirement for you to go out and work out. Now, some guys do, and some guys are in great shape. I'm not trying to take that away. And golf is a very hard sport. I am trash. However, again, like, it's borderline a hobby, man. Like, old men do it. Old men do it. You don't have to be in great physical shape. It doesn't require anything. I think one of the great golfers, John Daly, was ripping darts and smashing beers.
Yeah.
And when you go out golf with your friends, what are you doing? You're drinking beer, smoking stokes, and busting balls. Oh, and another thing that really gets me about golf, you're an elite athlete, but everyone has to shut the fuck up. God forbid someone coughs or tries to cheer you on. It fucks your whole swing up. Meanwhile, in real sports, when the pressure's on, you have thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of fans screaming at the top of their lungs for you to miss a free throw, miss a penalty shot, a penalty kick.
That's an American thing, dude. That's not.
Regardless, soccer isn't.
Soccer, they're screaming the whole time.
Exactly.
But tennis,
and then a penalty kick,
tennis,
it's like,
they're quiet. It's a gentleman's sport, just like tennis
Stop
is.
it.
It's a gentleman's sport,
I'd
so you
argue
show
that tennis
rules.
is more. They're more of athletes than
And the other
golfers.
thing is, you said like people are drinking beers when they're what, golfing?
Yeah.
You ever hear of beer league softball?
Yeah.
Baseball with beers. People can play the
But you
sport.
can't even drink
while
beers at
drinking.
a professional level. So it's not even fun or cool. You're straight edge out there wearing, looking like an absolute dickhead in your cool polo with your floppy hat and your stupid fucking club little socks that are on
Can you
there.
hit the ball as far as they can?
No, I could probably hit it, but I can hit it.
Oh yeah, great. Everyone can. Can you hit it? Let's.
I can hit it.
Listen, let's make this fast, right? Before we get into this any further, define what you think a sport is.
So against athletes, they're just not athletes. But if we want to go,
You're saying, I'm sorry, we had this stuff.
Yeah.
Just define what an athlete is.
You have to a sport that requires. There's no way around it. You have to physically train in some capacity. Weight room. You're running. You're doing all this stuff. And again, I'm sure some golfers do it, but again, it's not a requirement, right? You look at these NFL guys who are like the retired guys, right? Like Tom Brady recently said that he could probably go out there and play, but he needs like a month to get into shape. A golfer can probably get off, go to the driving range a couple times and be playing at a professional level.
Dude, no way, dude.
Quicker than an NFL quarterback, receiver, offensive lineman, a basketball shooting guard. I don't know.
I can get out there, dude.
There's no
Go
way.
deep.
I mean, look at it. What's his face? Phillip Rivers. He didn't play in 2 years. He legit got off the couch and could sling it. Now, again, he's comfortable with that sport. So you're telling me a Tiger Woods or a professional guy who's playing at a high level who took 2 years off and just sat on the couch wouldn't be able to get back and play a pretty good, decent round? They probably could. But they don't need. Have you
ever played golf?
Yeah, I'm trash.
You don't think there's any kind of athleticism involved?
I think it takes some, but elite.
How much
to say that I'm better than or I'm as equal to an athlete in the big in the big sports.
What does a quarterback do primarily? Backs up, launches something, right?
Mhm.
What's a golfer do? Takes maybe one or two steps if you're Happy Gilmore, but just stands there,
Yeah, but you're
rotates the hips.
You're reading another defense. You're also trying not to get sacked.
You're reading
your
the
head
field.
ripped off. You're having a coach screaming in your ear.
Reading the whole.
You have a whole.
You got your caddy
stadium
telling you what to hit.
screaming at you, right? But in golf,
It's a gentleman's sport. You're too.
no pressure, right? I just got to go up and hit the ball straight. A quarterback, I have to read. Am I checking out? Am I audibling? Am I doing this? What's my hot read? There's a million different things. First off, quarterback's probably one of the hardest positions to play in any sport. It's up there.
Yeah.
That's a debate for another day. But like to say these guys are like elite athletes and can stand on the same pedestal as like a hockey player, a baseball player, a football player, a swimmer, a gymnast. Like, come on, man, get out of here.
Steve is literally the guy from Happy Gilmore screaming, Jackass!
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackass!
Like seriously,
That's
dude,
Steve.
make the game. Like, how am I supposed to cheer for you? I can't even cheer. Like, I can cheer after you
You
hit
cheer
it.
after he hits it.
How do I know it was a good shot?
If it goes
How do I know it's a good shot?
If it goes far.
It all looks like it's good.
You'll hear the first, I don't know.
Right? Like, how am I? Like, I just feel like you would get off on that, dude. You have the crowd behind you.
You never
You're
watched
not
Tin
building
Cup?
off that.
You got the crowd behind you, dude. There's
After you hit it.
every golf movie that
After
you see.
you hit it.
No, it's
Yeah,
it's the
after
course.
I make the putt,
it's-
cheer for me.
It's how your day is going. If you're
It's
doing a
terrible.
nice
Terrible.
if you're using that wedge, you know, you're
Dude,
using
and then
that
you get
pitch.
the real prick on the tour that, God forbid, someone just sneezes. They can't happen, or something like that. They throw the biggest fucking fit, and it's like, dude, sack up.
It
All
doesn't
right, hit the fucking ball.
it doesn't require
and keep
athleticism to be focused.
I think
Right?
I think that takes a different level
I
of
think
like,
hitting the ball that far requires a
Sure.
level of training and
Sure.
athleticism.
sure, but not
than you being
elite.
an athlete.
No, they're not elite athletes.
So it's elite athletes, just not athletes.
I mean, I guess technically, if it's a sport, they're athletes, right? Just like it's no different.
All
than
right,
a
so then your hot
bowler-
take is not really.
Stop.
They're
Stop.
elite
To
athletes.
hear
It's-
that they
yes, it does,
got
milk toast.
male athlete of the year, to hear that these guys can stand next to, like I said, a football player, baseball player, like get out of here, man. Get out of here. There's too much
I
pressure
see your
on
point,
the other
but
guy.
it's just
Stop it.
It
It's
is
a
what it is.
borderline
They're elite
hobby. Like,
athletes.
stop playing.
What about a bowler? Is bowling a sport?
I guarantee you, bowling takes as much of a sport as golf is. A bowler's as much of an athlete as a fucking golfer is.
Is a bowler an athlete?
I guess technically it is, right? By its general definition,
So,
right? But are they elite? These
so now
guys
you're
are
saying that
elite.
it's elite? Is a bodybuilder a sport? Is bodybuilding an athletic sport? Is it?
I don't know that, and I just found out from you it's not.
It's not a
classified.
sport. It's not a sport.
Yeah,
All right. Stevie G,
This
Do you have
another
any
terrible take
closing-
by you.
terrible take.
closing statements?
You think they're elite athletes? Of
They
course you
have to
do,
be.
dude. No lobster.
They
for
have
you,
to be.
dude. No lobster for you.
They have to be. Tiger
Dude,
Woods
there's a
is-
reason. There's a reason why like those guys are.
There's a reason
You know
why
how
Making so much
50-year-old
money,
is to
getting
do what they
endorsements.
do?
There's a
They're-
reason why old men can pick it up and play.
No, I get your
It-
point. You have
anyone-
good points
you
with
can,
that.
you can
but
pick up a football and throw it. It doesn't mean that you're good at it. These guys, you're talking about elite, not just like people just picking it up and
You
doing
can't
it.
wake up and be like, yo, I feel like playing football today. Let
People-
me go to a football field.
Yeah,
and-
because a guy at
the
65
degree of
can't get smoked by a
difficultness.
linebacker, but he can fucking play golf.
yeah, because you don't have to be elite fucking
It's
guy.
the-
You can be borderline.
So now you got to be a caveman to be an
how
athlete.
hard
No,
it is
but-
to do it.
No,
Other normal people can't do it. Is what makes it elite.
I didn't say normal people can't do it, but I'm just saying, like, if you can do it, you're not this fucking.
Dude, you changed.
I
You
get the
changed your
point.
argument a
No,
couple
I
fucking
didn't.
times.
I said
dude.
elite athlete. I'm staying with it.
All right.
Dude, I get the point. Like, you got to be young.
Hear that you can honestly say
strong.
like Tiger Woods or any of these big name golfers can stand in the same.
But I mean, those guys on the football field can't do what they do.
I
guy
beg to
can't do
differ.
what they
You see
do.
all these celebrity games, and some of them are pretty fucking good.
Yeah, they're
Right?
pretty
Not one
good.
golfer. Right? You don't see celebrity football games or celebrity hockey games, and they're out there getting fucking crushed, right? But the pro athletes, the real pro athletes, are showing up to their sport and playing by their rules.
It's
I
a
haven't seen
different
one
sport.
golfer.
They're
in
still
any-
elite.
Stop. They're
It's a
not
different
elite.
sport.
Stop it. They're elite sissies.
All right.
Sissies.
Stevie G, what's your hot take?
All right, my hot take might not be as hot,
Hey, wait till this one. You're gonna be sizzled.
but
Is it
If
like
you-
really, really good?
no,
All right.
no, it's not very good at
Because,
all.
like, no, if it's something we're going to talk about for a minute, I'll get mine out of the way.
No. At this point, if you guys are holding out for hope for AJ Brown to come back to the Eagles, just say goodbye now. He's probably packing his bags right now. Come June 1st, when that salary cap cuts in half, I'm pretty sure it's June 1st, he's going to be out of here. And the damage was done by the media, the Philly fans. They pushed him out. They made a big deal out of nothing. We've talked about it over and over again. He's on ESPN and SportsCenter every single day talking about, oh, what's the price for AJ? Oh, the Eagles don't want to trade him. I don't care what Howie says. AJ Brown is going to be gone the beginning of this season. The team will probably be worse off for it, and it's just how it is. That's my hot take for today. And I'm sad to say it, dude. He was a really good player, and
You're tripping.
Dude, there's no other athlete who's like, Dick, you've rode harder besides Jalen than AJ Brown.
I know.
If he wasn't an Eagle, would you ride this amount of dick?
No, I wouldn't. No, I would not.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
A very good question, John.
I think too many times, and just a personal thing, I think you guys think with your heart too much, not your head sometimes. Like, I think like blaming the media, blaming everyone else. The media, they sensationalize things, yes. But where there's smoke, there's fire. There was an issue there to some capacity. We don't really know what it was.
We know what it was.
We don't really know what it was. We're going as homers. You guys want to go to the lowest common denominator and like minimize it. And then the media is making it big. There's somewhere in the middle. But I think it's been a problem with him not getting the ball. I think there might be a conversation. I want AJ on the team. I think there's a conversation with the new offensive coordinator, get him the ball. Saquon's obviously excited about it, about him being on board. I don't see why AJ wouldn't. So I'm hoping that they can fix it. But
Do you think he's gone?
normally when players are like that, yeah, they're gone.
He's gone, man.
No, he ain't gone.
He's gone.
First off, I
Stop
got
holding out for
nervous when the Patriots released Stephon Diggs, but then when I really thought about it, they don't have enough. Like, they can't afford it. Unless they're willing to give up Christian Gonzalez and a first-round pick, or even Christian Gonzalez and a second-round pick, which they're not going to be willing to give up Christian Gonzalez, and who else would we want? So, therefore, I don't think they would afford it. Well, you're going to give us 2 first rounds for him, a first and a second? I don't think that does it.
Jeffrey Lurie loves Boston.
Yeah, and what's his face? AJ's come out.
I want AJ on the team. But,
I think
dude,
he's fine.
He's on SportsCenter every single
I hear you,
day.
but I think there's
He's
nothing else to
gone,
talk
dude.
about. There's nothing else in sports to talk about. I think it's going to get better now.
The
with
writing's on the wall, man.
Nah, you're
the writing's
bugging.
on the wall.
You're bugging. You're bugging.
I'm sorry.
All right. I have a hot take.
No more brown jersey for Steve.
Yeah, all right.
No more jerseys at all. Unless your last name
No.
is Brown, you don't wear that jersey.
No. Always
Good.
jerseys, John.
What you got?
Terrible take.
I've prepared a statement.
Oh, my God.
It's not controversial. Or is it?
Said that. Jesus.
My hot take this week is domes should not, or excuse me. My hot take this week, domes should be banned in football and baseball. No domes. Get rid of them. Weather is part of the sport. Snow in Detroit, wind in Philly, cold playoff games in Minnesota. That's real home field advantage and part of the identity of these cities. When you put everything inside a dome, you remove the elements, you remove strategy, you remove some of the chaos that makes big games memorable. But the bigger issue is also the field surface, right? It's a harder surface. So you're going to get guys that are going to get injured more often. We just talked earlier about Steve Brown and CTE that he suffers from. Like, these guys are going to get hit in the head a lot and even more on like a harder surface. So it's going to also further the probability of getting CTE. Players constantly talk about it. So not only are domes removing the character of the sport, they may actually be worse for player safety. So I think the solution's simple, boys. No domes.
Yeah, that's just – you can't do that.
Yeah,
Like, these cities, it's like below zero in some of these cities. Can we take those cities out? Because if you take those cities out, then I'm on board with you. But, I mean –
Stevie G, Atlanta. You ever been there?
yeah, it's hot as shit. You don't need a dome there. I'm
Don't
talking
need a
about
dome.
like Minnesota has the Superdome, right? Or no, that's the other one.
No one has it.
They don't have it anymore.
Mercedes Dome.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Or no, the Saints have.
It used to be this, wasn't it? The New Orleans was the
Yeah,
Superdome.
New Orleans is a Superdome, but I'm more talking about the freezing cold cities. If you take those out, I'm in.
Steve, I went to that playoffs game. I was, let's just say, the lower part of my body only had 2 appendages during the game. I was freezing cold.
Yeah.
That's cold. I can't imagine something being much colder. And if it is, shouldn't have like Buffalo. They got an
Buffalo's
outside,
freezing.
and they don't have a dome.
They don't have a dome.
All right, so then Minnesota dome. And if I'm the Minnesota squad, I'm getting used to that weather, right? It's creating a home field advantage for me. You got a team like the Dolphins go in there. They're used to like 60 in December, and they're going in there. They're going to get smoked.
I mean,
It's all about
got a point.
home field advantage.
I think weather doesn't have that big of a factor as you think. I
Yes.
think
Oh my God, dude. Yes, it does. When you're playing in Colorado, when the oxygen is a little bit thinner, or
Just there, the air is thin.
if you're playing in Miami, wasn't the Eagles a couple years ago? They played in Miami, but they were like gassed because it was just a hot day.
Yeah, Jason Kelce talked.
Those guys are used to it. The other players
what I
coming in
meant
are
to
not.
say was, I don't think the weather gives a team that more of an advantage. So at the end of the day, the ball's still slippery. It's still hot. Even though you're used to it, you're still not used to it, right? Like, I just feel like it definitely plays, but I don't think it plays as big as a factor as you think. Like, it's still cold in Philly, so like just because it snows if we're up in Buffalo or out in Chicago, cold is still cold, right? Like,
Yes, and if it's not a big deal, why have them? Why have domes?
I think it's more for fans, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a money play.
Yeah.
but
From a player standpoint, I don't know. I kind of agree with the players. The players want all domes and like they want real grass and not that artificial stuff for injury. And I can see why I'm more lenient towards that than the opening, because like the last thing I want to do is go to a game, I don't care how big it is, and it's raining, pouring, and like you have no cover, or it is freezing below, right?
yeah,
Like
because
that's
football is a cold weather sport.
it is, but I don't play the
Yeah.
sport, right?
Right,
I don't
but
play it, so like
to your head, it's a cold weather sport,
it's not.
but it's cold.
But it doesn't have to be that cold.
Entire conversation was about it being cold.
No.
What's more of an advantage?
It's the fans.
The fans
Yeah.
or the weather?
Fans for sure.
Weather.
Fans.
The weather changes.
Did
The
you even
weather
hear-
changes an entire outlook of the game. If it's snowing, you're going to run the ball more. If it's raining, you're going to run the ball more. The weather changes the entire
not
outlook.
true.
If it's windy outside, you're not going to throw as much.
When we beat 2 years ago, that year after we lost the Super Bowl in 2022 and 2023, when we beat the Buffalo Bills in overtime, we were throwing the shit out of it.
Dude, one occurrence doesn't make
But you can
something
even ask the players,
absolute.
right? Like the players even say, like, only a handful of like stadiums does that home team have the advantage, and it's strictly because of the fans. Philly being one of them. Doesn't matter about the weather. They've all played in weather dating back to high school, college, whatever it is. Like they're all played it, and it's just one game. So like you're not really that used to it as you think you are.
Didn't Warren
Even though
Sapp
you're there.
graduate from Miami? And then didn't he play in Tampa Bay? And then later
Oakland.
Oakland?
Yeah.
So he's never been exposed to the cold. So it's
people
not like
pick
these
their
guys come
teams
out of
like
it.
That some people like when they sign free agents or go like that plays a factor. That's why I was like, yo, why would he go there? Why would Tyreek Hill really go to Miami? One, because of taxes, and two, because of the nice weather. Why wouldn't he? And that's like his scene. Even though he was going to a shit team, we could have told you that
Yeah, so weather does play a part.
in the player's decision. But I think in the outcome of game, I don't think it
If
plays.
you're a player and you're on a contract year and you got an open stadium, you think you're like, oh shit, I don't want to go to Chicago because it's freezing.
No, I think a lot of people would rather go there because of like the history and depending on the team
Or is that from a fan or a player?
as a player. And
No
and
way.
It's got to be the
you
fans.
hear the
because
players say that.
Dude, I would.
You
Maybe
hear
it's
the
just
players
me,
say
dude. But I'm
that.
just like in a
That's why
world right
not-
now where I'm tired of the cold. I want to move somewhere warm, and I'm sure if I'm a player, I want to
Think about the draft, right? Like we were talking about this like a couple weeks ago, I think off camera, right? About like who wants to go to the Cleveland Browns, right? That quarterback should probably hold off or whatever. Like
Faking
no one
injury.
bitches.
Ow.
No one bitches about it. No
Yeah.
one says I don't want to go here because of the cold, or you've been traded to so and so. Okay, no one bitches about it. Like no one. Like I think again, does it play a factor? Yes, but I don't think it plays as big as a factor as you think it
plays a huge factor.
No.
No, it plays a huge factor.
With Seattle rains and it's dreary all the time. they have a dome, right? It actually, with the fans, it increases the sound in the place, right?
I think a handful of
But both
that's
teams
stadiums.
have to play in the same weather.
Yeah,
That's why it's the fans.
Yeah, but there's one team that plays in it all the time, so they're conditioned to that
Yeah, but
weather
Seattle's
more
not
than the
playing that
other
weather
one
all
that's
the
just coming
time.
in to play 1 week.
What you're
That's true.
referring to is that 12th man, that atmosphere. It's the fans, and I think players have come out and said only a handful of teams or cities have it. That home field advantage is true, and it's certain teams, and it has to come down
not the
to their
fans.
fans.
The fans
That's what they
ain't
say. That comes from the players.
No, it doesn't.
It
doesn't
does.
matter. The fans will help elevate energy, but it doesn't. It's not as big a game changer as weather.
Well-
Weather's going to change your entire game plan. There's teams that go into other places a week ahead of time,
Look at
i.e.
Buffalo.
Denver,
Look at
so that
Buffalo.
they can
have home
acclimate
field
to the
advantage
change
the
in
last few
oxygen.
years, and they lose at home.
CVG,
They
final
lose at
thoughts?
home in weather.
Besides Steve Brown being wrong all the time?
I'm not wrong.
Yeah, final thoughts on this would be it's got to be the fans. And
I can't believe you're
I
0-3
can-
against
I
me
can-
because of this guy, and you won't even side with me to, you're.
it's got to be the fans. I
Wait, you
disagree.
want him to
I
side
agreed
me
with you.
with you based on the fact that I chose you 3 times? Because I wasn't biased. You want him to
I
be
just
biased?
agreed with you.
Say I play fair.
I just agree with you. But I'm with John on that.
CVG
Do away
is
with
going to
the
win
Jones.
next week, baby.
I got to do something to get a win, dude. So, fuck.
Steve Brown, final thoughts on the topic.
No, fans have a bigger impact.
All right. We'll go right back to you, Stevie G. Final thoughts on tonight. Is there anything you want to talk about really fast? Put it out there, and then we're done.
Yeah, that was bullshit. I shouldn't be 0-3. Lane Johnson is 100% better or more valuable than A.J. Brown on the team. Even Milktoast sided with me, just so you know. So I'll take it as a half a win.
All right, Steve.
But you're 3-0 still.
Stevie G, what's your Instagram?
Stevie G55 on Instagram. Like and subscribe to the video if you are watching.
Stevie
We
G.
need it.
Welcome back, Stevie G. Steve Brown, what about you with final thoughts on tonight?
Yeah, stand by it. I don't think an offensive lineman, whether it's Lane Johnson or some other guy, is more valuable than A.J. Brown or the team's true number 1 elite receiver. I stand by it. And I stand by the fans have more of an impact than weather. And
What's your Instagram?
golfers aren't athletes.
Yeah.
My Instagram, sbrown2124 on at Instagram.com.
Terry, what about you, man?
Hey, man, the Terror Bear can be found at Yunkjunk. Do us a favor. Like, subscribe, comment on the Yunkjunk feed. Keep chatting with us in the live stream. We love you. We love watching you. And check out our new set. Isn't it pretty?
Yeah, shout out to Terry for getting us the shag carpet. It looks like turf or shag carpet.
Yeah.
I would
Stevie G.
We
was-
upgraded,
I'm
dude.
Yeah.
The bobbleheads definitely did something for us, dude. They're
Shout out to
bobbling
Stevie
around.
G for the bobbleheads. And the picture of Saquon being Saquon. Also,
He looks cooked, don't he?
listen, guys, I started the show. I didn't do it right, but we have to mention it. We have now 3 shows on the Muscle Geeks Network. So we got 8-Bit Beef, Derek. I tell him Tarek.
Derek.
Terry and Derek, they got their show, and it's the show that actually started all this stuff. But it's like a 15-minute quick watch, and they're just gaming on an 8-bit game, and Derek's telling Terry things not to do, and Terry's singing. So it's
And Terry's still
a
doing
quality
Eric
watch.
tells him not to do.
So make sure you follow their Instagram too, 8-bit Beef, and I have thoughts on tonight.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
How do you think you performed? You
I
think
think I performed optimally. No, I think I need to stop coming in at the last second and so hot so I can read better on the prompter. I'm a little gassed up. It was good having Stevie G back. He really gave a lot of insight, and I'm being sarcastic. And, then-
Such a dick.
and next week we have Chris Bonner coming on, so it's going to be our first 4-person panel. I'm excited for that. And follow us everywhere. Follow us at Think You Know Ball. Follow us on the Muscle Geeks, Milk Toast, and thank you for your kind words in 1776. Thank you for being you. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
See you guys.
Do you think you know ball?